But so have you been looking for new Phillies merch lately?
I actually have. I feel like I'm running low on t-shirts.
All right. Well, since you and the other Phillies fans should head over to phillygoat.com to get your Philly Goat merch and use the code BTVPod for 10% off your next order. Beyond the Bank is proud to be an affiliate with Philly Goat, and as always, go Phils.
Beyond the Bank, we're talking baseball. Beyond the Bank, may we make takes, Beyond the Bank, Phillies fever, catch it now. Bleeding red is hell. Beyond the Bank.
And welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bank Phillies podcast. I'm your host Pete, along with my co-host Henry. What is up, my guy?
I'm back.
We're back. Well, listen. I'm not saying the team's fully back, but I'm saying we're
I'm back. I said.
Yeah, I know you're back.
Yeah.
I'm back. I mean, I feel like it feels like we've missed a lot in this past week.
Really, it's been a long time.
It really has, man. Really has. Just.
A lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah, life catches up to you, saying got some things going on or whatever, and it's just
Have we done a
what?
Have we done a pod since
No. I mean, if you want to, real quick.
We?
I don't know. We haven't. We have not.
We haven't?
No.
Well, I got engaged.
Congratulations to you guys, you and Gabby. Congratulations.
Took forever to plan it, but other than that, it was fine.
Well, that's awesome for you guys. Happy.
Was I keeping up with the Phillies game that night at dinner? Maybe.
So happy for y'all. And yeah, so we're back. Got some catching up to do. A lot has happened since the last time we both shot together. Outside with the team, off the field stuff, and on the field. For the most part, but I just want to get to this real quick to state the obvious, just because we haven't talked about it, and kind of just want to get it out of the way now. But obviously, as people have seen, Rob Thompson was let go last week as manager, and Don Mattingly has filled in for interim manager for the rest of the year, and definitely one that we probably saw coming, just the way how the team was playing. And leading up to it, you kind of feel the tense, feeling throughout the clubhouse.
Something
I guess
was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like they had to make a move of some sort. We just didn't know what it was going to be, or if they were really going to go through with it, and they did. And after 4-year stint, Rob Thompson's out. The winningest manager in Phillies history, percentage wise. Had some success. Obviously, didn't get to the main goal, but overall, the whole situation in general, how did you feel about it?
I didn't think it was the right move. And in the last week, we've been 6-1 with Mattingly. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a different voice. You want to say that, whatever. I don't think it was the right move. Now, Again, now we're 6-1 with Mattingly, so it's easy for people to say, well, clearly that was the problem. Well,
right.
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're somber and everything else, that's a problem.
Right.
And it's almost like Dombrowski was like, well, my guy got fired, so maybe I'll get him to coach here before I fire Rob Thompson. Talking about Alex Cora.
Yeah. No, I know.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Probably not the right timing for it, in my opinion, I would say.
No, the way he talked about it in the press conference, that was bullshit. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. No,
I'm sorry. That was disrespectful to Rob. What are you talking about? If this guy wants my job, he can have it, and you haven't even let me go yet.
Right.
The Browns full of crap.
And Topper is not going to really take that to heart. Obviously, he's such a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
But oh my god,
just have a little respect, for the guy who has, listen. Obviously, there's been bad times with Topper, like we've complained about before. We've talked about it, whatever. But at the same time, he's been a good guy for the franchise, and he's done a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people talk about of him being such a good guy. So you think at least have a little bit of respect in that aspect of when you're talking about it after it happens. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see what you're talking about. And yeah, listen, honestly, For me, it was more so I just saw it as like they were obviously like had no other choice, I guess, in a way. Like,
but they did. They could have
they
fired
did,
anybody
but
else.
I know, but that's the thing though. Like, it's always going to come down to the manager. It's always going to come down to them, unfortunately. Like,
What about
at the end of the day, like you're not firing a guy like Kevin Long. It's just not
Why
happening.
not? Why?
Because Henry, they're close with the players. I don't know what to tell
So
you.
is
That's
Rob.
hard. I don't know. I understand that, but it's
Kevin
just
Long
it's
stinks.
I understand, but it's not going to happen. We can sit here and yell about it till the cows come home, but it's just not going to happen. It's not.
But I don't understand how a team that's been struggling for 4 or 5 years now hitting keeps the same guy. I don't care if you're friends with him. I don't care if Harper likes him. I don't care if Schwarber likes him. I don't care if Turner likes him. I don't care at all. He's not the one. They're not the ones he's trying to coach. He's there to coach. Boom, Stott, Marsh. That's it. That is it. That is it. Marsh is okay. Stott stinks. Boom stinks. What are we doing? Nothing is improving hitting-wise. Nothing. Not a thing. And it improved the night that he got fired. God forbid they actually did something. It's a joke. I hate Kevin Long. I can't stand him. There's no reason he should not be flipping burgers right now. He stinks.
To be fair, Stott has improved the last couple of games, but
okay,
I get your point.
Fine,
I get your point. I get your point.
Over a 4-year sample, he hasn't gotten any better.
Right. Yeah, I
can't take that anymore, dude. Everybody keeps talking about Kevin Long, and it makes me want to yank my hair out.
Right. And here's the thing, though. Like, going back to the Rob Thompson in general, though. Listen, shout out to Rob. Like I said, there's been good times. There's some bad times. I tried to remember just most of the good times more than anything, when it happened. Because obviously, I think for us, it's like you think about it, right? And when this whole era started, it started with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he came in and that's when they took off kind of. So it definitely was a little emotional as a fan. And I just, at the end of the day, just thought like, it was the only move that they were willing to make, I guess. Like whether you could debate it or not, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is at this point. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Rob just because he's been such a good guy for the clubhouse, for the franchise in general. Obviously, like I said, didn't get to that main goal. I understand that. You can keep screaming that. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's like, listen, we were competitive over those 4 years. So I mean, he was doing something right to keep getting us to the playoffs. So.
He hasn't missed the playoffs when we fired him.
Right.
That seems smart.
But there was an interesting thing that they said that Phillies tailgate put out later that day. Because, by the way, I don't know if anybody saw, Rob Thompson volunteered to do like basically an exit interview
awesome.
over Zoom, which really doesn't happen. And I mean, it was him that wanted to do it just because he wanted to clear the air and just answer any questions, say certain things, whatever, which. Shout out to him. Props to him because you don't see many people doing that when they just lose their job. You know what I'm saying? So
most of those guys skate out before giving any answers or having to answer any questions.
Right. And a cool thing that apparently was reported is that he has a standing offer to be a special assistant for the Phillies if he would like to return to the organization after taking some time off. I think he did say that, obviously he's going to take a little bit of time, not going to do that type of thing right away, which I get, which is totally reasonable. I would do the same thing, So, but yeah, so now Don Mattingly is in for him for interim manager. So we'll see what happens. So far, it's been good, 6-1 as of after tonight's win, and definitely maybe feel a little bit different vibe with Don. I don't know. It's not like he's one of those guys, that was gonna scream and yell or whatever. He's kind of the same mood, I guess, of Rob Thompson. But I think it's just the name in general, which makes it a little bit more out there, I guess. And it was just interesting because it definitely had to take some convincing since he said in spring training that he didn't want to manage. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do that again. Right. So Dombrowski said that listen, I had to really talk to him about it. So I mean, thankfully he stepped up to the plate and wanted to do that for the team and for the organization. So that was
that Dombrowski interview was a joke.
I know it was rough. You weren't happy about it.
I have 2 pages of notes.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. I wish I was.
I believe you. I believe you. But listen, listen, we're in this era now, so it is what it is. But I figured we just get some thoughts in and go from there. So
real quick before we move on,
yeah.
Do you think that Don Mattingly will step down as coach next year and they'll find a new manager? Or and then he goes back to being bench coach.
Right.
Or do you think he just keeps the job?
It's going to be a question to really think about and debate, just because you really kind of want to wait for the outcome. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the season and how it goes, but it's tough. I mean, like I said he really made that clear, he didn't want to do it, and then ends up being okay, I'll do it, whatever. And I don't know.
It seems to me that he's kind of doing Dombrowski a favor,
right?
Not that he cares, but he's just dude, I'm not. This is not long term. You gotta make that clear.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not your long term solution.
Right.
So, I mean.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out next year. I don't know. I don't even want to think about till next year yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to hang on for dear life here. But
I know this is putting you on the spot because I didn't run this by you.
No, you're good.
What result would you think would make him keep the job outside of a World Series? Because we both kind of agree right now we don't know if this team can win the World Series as constructed.
Well, I think that's the only thing that would make him want to stay is a World Series, though.
You think?
Yeah, even if they reach NLCS territory, I still think maybe he doesn't stay around, or maybe he does. I don't know. That's the thing. It's really got to be a wait and see game. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it's I could say this, could say that, but at the end of the day, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Listen, the fact of the matter is, if he doesn't come back and then gets the opportunity to return as a bench coach, it's what do you even want to do that? Or you know what I'm saying? Return as a bench coach.
I think so.
It's tough though, because being in the managerial spot now where Topper was, it's you go back to that spot and you're I know he's had experience as a manager before.
He wants that spot. That's the difference, I think.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
But then, what does it tell the new guy coming in?
Right.
This guy just managed a team for 3/4 of a season.
Right. Well, and that's the crazy part about it, though, with the Topper thing is we saw Mattingly come in the offseason, and everybody was speculating this is what's going to happen. He's going to move in when Topper gets fired, and then and then it happens. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of just okay, I don't know where this is going to go, but yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens when we get there. I don't know, but obviously the whole core thing, it's annoying. I'm good, to be quite honest with you. I really don't.
I wouldn't mind having him be the coach, but the way that it went down,
yeah,
I'm not a fan. Dombrowski,
yeah, it's just the way you handle things. It's you gotta,
he handled it like garbage.
I know. Yeah, it's just
he handled it like garbage. He had a bunch. Well,
it doesn't help his case. Let's just say that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, but moving on from that now, let's get into some recent baseball that just happened, that just ended tonight. Phils took 3 out of 4 from the Miami Marlins, who, to be fair, have been playing pretty well to start off the season. I've been swinging the bats pretty well, but was able to go into Miami and take 3 out of 4, which is really good, and it's big for this team, just because I think obviously they've been trying to climb out of this hole now, and now they're 15-20. They're they still got ways to go, still not out of the dark yet.
Yeah, of course.
But I just
it seems like they're getting back. Well, I'll save it for my takeaways.
Yeah, you're good. But it's definitely one of those series where you need to take 3 or 4. I know you would have lived with a split, but it's I want to see you win 3 or 4 against the Marlins, because it's in division, team or whatever,
Absolutely.
And it's just, you got to start. The schedule starts to favor you a little bit, especially after playing the Cubs and Braves back to back, whatever, for those 2 weeks, and it's okay, this is where you can kind of get back on track a little bit, and that's what we kind of saw these last couple of days, and definitely was a series where you saw some good things, you saw some bad still, but we start with Friday's game. So Friday's game, they got the 6-5 win behind Zach Wheeler, who once again, this is his second start back.
Yeah,
pretty good. I mean, you're seeing very, very positive things from Wheeler right now.
You're starting to see the velocity again, which is nice.
For sure. So Wheeler he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, had 2 walks, and had 8 strikeouts. in his outing. So, like I said, definitely positive stuff. And I at the same time, the lineup also helped him out too, which, that's obviously what we've been wanting to see more of. Obviously, we want the pitchers to be able to go 7 innings and help out the bullpen and take some pressure off the hitting. But at the same time, we need to see some offense, especially behind guys like Wheeler. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think what stood out to me about this game was the bullpen that was rough. The end of the game, I really thought they were going to blow it. It was
scary.
Was not too happy with that because I was very nervous they were about to blow it. But I mean, like you said, the offense behind Wheeler, that's what you need. And I do like that they didn't really get it all at once. Obviously, down to an early 1-0 lead in the first.
Right.
Then Wheeler was unhittable after that, really. We came back 2 in the fourth, 4 in the seventh. It's only 2 innings of offense, but that's all you needed. And, you didn't have to get 10 runs in 1 inning and then be quiet the rest of the game,
Right.
So.
And that's what we want to see more of from the offense.
Yeah.
You want to see them overall, not just, score the first inning and you're quiet for the next 6. You know what I'm saying? You want to piece by piece or whatever, especially if you're down by a couple of runs or even if you're ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's just it goes both ways type of thing.
Absolutely.
And it was also good to see Stott hit the homer. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit more about him as we go along, but just seeing him have some power behind the bat, especially with the way he started this season, it's definitely positive, and it could help him as we move on here. So
I hope.
Yeah. So that was Friday's game, and then move on to Saturday. Phillies take the 4-0 loss. This was just a weird game in general. Max Meyer, he's a really good pitcher. He's been really good this year. So you got to give him some credit. But it was a weird game in general when it comes to the lineup, because this was the game where they had I think it was Stubbs in left field. They had Adolis Garcia in center, and then they had Reyes in right. And definitely because I think Crawford got scratched, last minute or whatever, so they had to quick change things up. But definitely one of those games where you go into, you're like, this may or may not go well.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, dude, it made me so nervous.
It's we have Garrett Stubbs in left field in 2026.
Oh my god, yo, that was funny. And the baseball gods are just great. First pitch of the game, right to him. It's just he gave a smile and then he gave the Rocky pose. Right. That to me was entertainment.
And Painter was probably the biggest storyline from this game just because of how he played, unfortunately. Struggled a little bit. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, did have 7 strikeouts. One of those earned runs was a home run. But just one of those weird games where it's just you kind of saw him rushing a little bit again. And it was a tough game overall between the hitting, the lineup, and then pitching as well.
Yeah, you look at the lineup. 1 hit.
Yeah.
1 hit.
Which was from Stubbs, too. So.
Yeah, I was just about to say, which was Stubbs. And it's what do you expect him to do with that?
Right.
I'm not making excuses as to what he gave up, but it's if I'm not getting any runs, I'm not exactly happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
1 hit, and it's the catcher. The backup catcher at that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a weird game overall and a tough one, but it was one of those ones where I couldn't get too mad just because, like I said again, once you saw the lineup come out, you're like, all right, this might just be one of those games. So, so you move on to yesterday's game on Sunday. Phillies get the 7-2 win behind Jesus Luzardo, who second start in a row looked great. Yes, everything looked like it was there for him. And then the offense as well. Props to them for. Listen, it was in the first inning again. They got all their runs for the most part, but the fact is, when they get off to a great start from the rip, where it's Turner gets on base first, Schwarber gets on base, and they kind of set the tone. It's you almost feel kind of confident that's dude, this team could put up a 10 spot right now, and they almost did. They put up 6 runs with a homer from Stott again, but I know we talked about the fact of seeing them spread the runs out more into the game, but even to start off the game, to give the pitcher a little bit of confidence is something I just want to see a little bit more of. It's just setting the tone, especially from a guy like Turner.
it's almost when you get those first couple hits, like in the first inning, everybody just goes,
right?
Just like it, like I don't know what it is. Like
Yeah,
I don't know why they're playing so tight until
I
they
know.
start hitting a little bit. It just confuses me, but I mean, I'll take the win.
Right, exactly. But yeah, Luzardo gave up 8 hits, 2 earned runs.
Like you said, second start in a row. He's been
Yeah,
chilling.
2 earned runs, which was late in the game. 10 strikeouts, which was huge. So,
Did
and
you
then
see he has like the third most? I don't know if you caught it today. He has the third most games as a Phillies pitcher with 10 strikeouts and no walks.
Wow, I did not see that.
Behind Cliff Lee and Steve Carlton.
Wow,
as left-handers.
And that's the thing though, like considering how he started off this year too, and like we saw some games last year that he struggled in or whatever, but like even this year, it's like it's a more so bad. You know, he's got his ERA down to 5 now. So I just think with Luzardo, like they were kind of talking about on the broadcast today, but just like when he's coming out and he's just pitching the ball, man, it's just like, and he's not even thinking about like hitting certain spots and trying to be too perfect.
Say, he's not trying to do too much.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he's in a rhythm at that point. So
absolutely,
it's definitely like the same Luzardo that we've seen before. So it was definitely good to see. And shout out to the bullpen. Ryan Kirkland came in the pitch as well. And then the one guy, Chase Shugart, who's been pitching like really good. He got those two
wins.
Yeah, 2 wins against the Giants for that doubleheader day was pretty cool to see.
Shout out to Bryce going up to him after the game and saying like, thanks for taking those spots. You know what I mean? Like, those are big, but don't worry, Bryce hates his teammates.
I was gonna say, the Bryce Harper, the team, the player that hates his teammates, apparently according to everybody. So you can kind of go along with that narrative if you want. But yeah, overall it was a good game for them, offense wise and pitching as well. And then we move into today's game. 1-0 win, gritty win behind Aaron Nola, who looked like, typical or looked like old Nola. I want to say typical because usually that means not good, but just overall a good game by him, and he was pretty much the start of the game. Bryce Harper had the solo home run, and it was overall a gritty win, and one that is, you want to see more runs, but some of these games, that's just what it's going to take sometimes. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. No, dude, Nola just he's. I don't know how to.
It's a love-hate relationship with him.
It is, because I'm just like, bro, like, I want him to be good so bad, and he's just not.
I know.
It's like
rough.
today, like every once in a while, you see those flashes. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Oh, there's the 12-6 curve. Oh, there's like it's just hitting the right spot. Nope, surprise. Then he gets like 10 runs.
Right, exactly.
As the Flyers go into a power play in overtime. I know that's what you're watching.
We're monitoring that right now, so I'm trying to keep my focus on this right now. But yeah, so really good game by Knowles today. One of those gritty wins that they had to get out of there for and go back home.
Shout out to the bullpen at the end.
Yeah, shout out to the bullpen at the end.
It down.
Alvarado,
3 innings. Yeah,
what a decent inning, because we've seen a lot of bad from him lately. So I mean,
so what are your feelings on Alvarado?
I think with Alvarado,
that's an open-ended question, but
no, I know, but it's one of those situations where I feel like once Duran comes back, which by the way, people saw Duran is coming back tomorrow, coming off the IL, so that's good to see. But I think for him, it's better to be in that spot of like the 6th, 7th inning, but just only 1 inning. I feel like you can't do multiple innings with Alvarado anymore.
No, you cannot.
And maybe even with like high pressure situations, I don't know. And that's the thing, we've seen him in high pressure situations, sometimes good, sometimes bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's inconsistent with him sometimes. So you just really kind of want to see more so of like maybe like low end situations, only 1 inning, and you don't want to see him extend into like 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. But that could all change now with Duran coming back, and Don can go different ways with it to the bullpen.
I'm just curious how Duran's going to look when he comes back. Somebody said that he hit 100 in one of his bullpen sessions recently, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And that's the thing. I'm confident that he'll be fine. I just think it's one of those things where it's like he'll finally get work now. So
I'm curious to see how. Well, yeah, he went like 7 days without pitching. That was ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
that did help.
Who knows? Because he was hurt, or that could have been why he got hurt. Who knows?
Right.
But I'm curious to see how Mattingly is going to use the bullpen
Yeah, no, it should definitely be interesting to see what decision he makes now that Duran's coming back. So,
Right.
Real quick, let's get into our takeaways from the series. If you want to go ahead and say yours.
Okay. Nope. That's my Dombrowski notes. We don't need to read those.
Don't need to read those.
One of my notes says lies about Dombrowski. So
That's crazy.
I just want them to keep a consistent lineup. That's
Right.
one of my takeaways.
Okay.
I kind of love that Bryce hit 2 the other day. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, cool to see.
Now,
cool to see.
I know.
Not an everyday thing.
I know, but I wish it would be, and I wish he would just go off his high horse.
Right. But nonetheless, this
Nonetheless,
isn't going to be a Bryce bashing session.
Right.
I think the rotation's finally coming around. I think having Wheeler back really takes some. I don't know how you feel about this. I still think Sanchez is the ace.
yes, as of right now, yes, he is.
Yeah, as of
right now.
Right.
That's the key. That's the key sentence right there. As of right now.
But when you have just Sanchez, he's almost stronger when there's somebody right next to him. In a sense,
for sure, yeah.
It takes some pressure off of him because it's like, well, I'm the number one guy. Who knows if these other guys can win games?
Right.
Once Wheeler gets there, it's like, all right, now there's a little bit of a cushion. Everybody will be fine. So I think they're coming around, and I think the team seems to be back on track. I'm not saying we're fully back, but it's looking okay right now.
They started to get some of their confidence back. Is what you're kind of saying. So, okay, all right, good takeaways.
Correct.
Good takeaways. So mine are. I'm gonna start out with this one. Luzardo's outing showed real promise. Again, we talked about it just a couple minutes ago.
Absolutely.
But just, again, when it's him just locking in and just kind of pitching and not stressing too much about where it's going, it helps out a lot for him. So it's good to see. And number 2, Bryson Stott showed some signs of life this series. Had the 2 homers and whatnot. He was hitting the ball a little bit, making some contact, which was good. Again, if we get some type of just old Bryson Stott here and there, that's
hitting
great.
For average, maybe a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Working at bats. Taking some walks, or just hitting into the outfield to the right field corner, whatever. Just those type of things is what you want to see from Stott, and if you can get on the roll there, that'd be great. And then my last takeaway is a lot of these games are going to be a grind. I think for this team this year, I think it's one of those things where it's we saw a lot of it the last couple of years, where they've taken control of so many games that it's there wasn't too many of the 1-0 games and 6-5 games, whatever. I think with this team, you're just going to see a lot of that, and you know what?
Yeah.
It may not be bad. It may be good for them. Maybe they just need that type of, pressure a little bit to get them through and get these tough wins. So.
Our run differential will be hot garbage.
Right. Yeah, that won't be good for the run differential, but it is what it is, man. I just want to see W's in the column. So at the end of the day.
Sure.
So
for sure.
But yeah, so those are the takeaways from the Marlins series, and definitely good for them to take 3 out of 4.
Huge.
So moving on to question of the day. I know we talked a little bit about him in the one game, but I saw a lot of people talking about Andrew Painter, especially after his recent outing. And a lot of it was, I think, an overreaction and one of those things that just everybody really needs to relax. But
I was wondering why you put this as question of the day, but that makes sense. I didn't see any of that.
Well, it stood out to me, 1, and 2, I was going back and forth with somebody on Twitter, which I really shouldn't have because I really don't do anymore, but I couldn't help it because the guy was pissing me off. But regardless, I can't anymore.
No,
dude, some of you people on Twitter need to relax, bro.
Touch grass. Yeah,
no,
please.
It's just there's no way you say that with a straight face. But regardless, it's annoying. But so anyway,
what was that? The Bryce thing? Is that what you were talking about? You definitely didn't type that with a straight face or something like that.
Oh yeah, something about because he was talking about Porter Martone, which I love. But he was saying he's done more than when Bryce is having. I'm like, okay, relax. You don't believe that. So, but anyway, regardless. So my question today for you is: do you worry about the development of Andrew Painter?
No, I don't. I think Caleb Cotham is a fantastic pitching coach.
Right.
I think that he's a little green behind the ears, but we got to think. I know that Tommy John's not an excuse, but he had 1 year to pitch in the minors after his Tommy John, and he was one of the number 1 prospects in baseball.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and say, well, he needs to be an ace right away. In 5 years, will the Phillies suck? Maybe, but Andrew Painter's going to be good. You can
exactly.
see
Yeah.
You can already see it.
Right, yeah.
It's a heck of a way to put that, I know.
I know.
It's going to be awful. But other than that,
Right.
spot. Like, oh, it's Andrew Painter Day. We should probably buy tickets.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm, and obviously you see how quick I answered that. I'm not worried at all.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the thing. I agree. Like, I'm also not worried. I think it's one of those things where, like, I knew I didn't want to get my expectations up with Andrew Painter this year. Like, even like him and Justin Crawford included, but mostly Painter just because of him coming off of Tommy John and him missing out of the year, all that type of stuff. Like, we just knew that, like, it wasn't going to be Randy Johnson, like, coming out of the gate and, like, him just, like, he did have a great debut against the Nationals or whatever. That was good to see. We know that. We saw a flash. But those are the flashes that you're going to see. And then some of the bad stuff that you're going to see recently. Like, it's just part of what's going to happen. Like, it's not going to be, we don't have Paul Skeens. Like, we don't have this and that. Like, it's just not. It's just not realistic. Like,
you
it's
don't
just
have
going
a
to
guy
happen.
that's going to come up and just perform like that.
Right. It's just not always going to be like that, man. Like, I don't know what to tell people. And like I said, if I'm seeing improvement, which I have, that's good to see. Like I said, it was going to be one of those things this year, right? Where everybody said, oh, what about the young guys? What about the young guys? What about the young guys? Right. And then the young guys get up here, and then you see, some struggles, and people are like starting to figure out, like,
on them already.
Why is this guy not playing like Mike Trout? Why is this guy not pitching like Paul Skeens? Bro, it doesn't happen like that overnight. Like, you don't just get lucky like that all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you got to be realistic here, like with these young guys. You really do. Like, is it annoying sometimes? Yes, it's annoying, but they got to learn. Like,
but
I'll tell you,
the same people that are like, oh, well, just bring the young guys. It's obviously that simple. Just bring the young. It's not. They're the same ones that are like, well, I don't know why we're not getting any better. All these young guys are supposed to be so good.
Right.
Whatever.
It's just, it's a little annoying sometimes. So, but yeah. So just some house cleaning, just stuff. Like I said before, Johan Duran coming off the IL for tomorrow, going into the A series. And also, we released Dylan Moore for people, I guess, maybe didn't notice. And now we are carrying.
Don't let the door hit you in the head.
He had like one hit, I think, or whatever. And,
none.
And he had none? I thought he had one. Wow.
None.
He pitched a lot for us, that's for sure. So,
dude,
so yeah, he's gone. And now we're currently carrying, I think, what do we have? 3 catchers? On the roster, we have Marshawn still. Which,
there was
by the way,
clip of Mattingly talking about that. I didn't get to listen to it. I saved it for to watch later. I just never watched it.
Yeah, I listen.
It doesn't help that Marshawn stinks. So
well, yeah. So that's the thing. I feel like he's gonna be the odd man
out.
One
of my takeaways was gonna be Marshawn stinks.
Okay. Well, we were aware of that. Yeah.
Dude, he's batting like 053 or 051 or something.
It's rough, man. Like, I feel like anytime he gets an opportunity, it's just like ground
ball.
How
does that keep you in the majors?
Well, I mean,
do you think it's a switch hitting problem? Why do you think he stinks?
Nah, I don't think it has anything to do with that. And considering the fact that I praised him about being a switch hitter, because we just never have any luck of getting an actual great switch hitter.
Well, clearly, we don't. We still don't. So
yeah, we still don't. So we're still in that situation. But I think for right now, until JT comes back, I definitely do think Stubbs stays.
He is
and
back.
Marshawn gets DFA. Well, oh yeah, he is.
That's why Dylan Moore got DFA'd.
Oh, that's right.
We're just not used to having 3. Dude,
I gotta
give you a pass on that one. We're not used to having 3 catchers on the roster. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to figure that situation out because it's just weird, and I just don't want to see Stubbs in left field again. So let's not do that anymore. Also,
honestly, I didn't think it was bad. I'm not against it.
Real quick word on Felix Reyes. How do you feel about him? Do you think maybe he's probably just gonna get sent back? Right at one point, he had the 1 home run, his first major league at bat.
Excellent question.
Yeah,
I'm really not sure because
there's like power there.
Brought him up to be just be the spark. That's not the spark,
right?
Like that's not the spark.
And he's just one of those guys I feel like that just like needs to play every day, and he's just not going to get that opportunity here, unfortunately.
Right. Yes,
so.
Correct.
So it is what it is. So, all right. So real quick, you got any around the league stuff going on? I know, like I said, we've been out of the loop lately or whatever. So, is there anything that you want to bring up?
The only team worse than us is the Mets.
Yeah.
They had a rough losing streak, and I would be remiss to not talk about. Speaking of New York, I don't know if you saw John Sterling passed away.
I did see
legendary announcer for the Yankees. I hate the Yankees. I hate the Yankees organization. I can't stand them. But as a guy who is a radio dork, and I listen to away team, like I listen to other teams' broadcasts of just random games,
Right.
he was one of the best to ever do it.
For sure. I totally agree.
Yeah, just shout out to John Sterling. He was one of the best to ever do it.
Yes. Rest in peace.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I hate
it is.
Yankees, but if something ever happened to our guys, I mean, I remember when Harry died. It was
exactly
that was tough. That was
exactly
tough.
for sure. And and then some other things as well. You saw Ronald Acuna for the Braves. He's back on the IL, which stood out to me kind of just because he's one of those guys who hasn't been able to stay healthy for them. Yeah, he had a grade 1 hamstring strain, so he's back on the IL. So
what is the deal with the Braves?
I don't know.
Let me talk about this for a second.
They
I'm gonna
keep
bring
winning.
this up in my fantasy group. Well, but their guys are always hurt. Do they have a problem with the training staff?
I don't know. That's a good question, and it's unfortunate. I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Acuna, but I mean, when he is healthy, he's a good player. So you got to give that to him. But
he's not as much of a jerk as like Soto. Like,
well, yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's just not. I don't know. It's hard to hate guys like that. He's not as nice as Freddie Freeman, but
and then big news came out today. Tariq Skubal from the Tigers is getting surgery to remove some stuff from his elbow, bone,
bodies,
something like that. Something that the same thing Edwin Diaz had. So Skubal's going to be out for the next couple of months, and I know a lot of people were talking about the fact like this might damage like his whole free agency thing, but I don't think it will. I still think
I think the reason he's getting it done now is so it doesn't affect his free agency.
Right, exactly. It's just like one of those things. Like, all right, let me get this out of the way now. So
and they're paying him $32 million.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you got anything else around the league though?
No, I think that's it. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Mickey Moniak is lighting it up right now. 2 home runs last night. I picked him up in fantasy.
I picked him up in our league, but
you picked him up. Okay, I was gonna say I can't remember which league, but that would make sense. I've already gotten trade offers for him. He's off limits. He's off limits.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean I think that's pretty much it.
I feel like it's been kind of quiet for the most part. So I mean,
like last year, I remember the first hot story was the torpedo bats.
Right. Yeah.
That was like the second week of the season. Everybody couldn't get enough. But
right. Exactly.
All right. So now we are going to go into Pete's picks for the week.
All right. So yeah, we're going back home now to face the Athletics, who very young team. Got some players on there that can hit the ball or whatever. Obviously, Nick Kurtz, Lawrence Butler, those type of guys,
Rooker,
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, all those type of guys that have killed us in the past a little bit here and there. But so the pitching matchups actually I feel like favor us in a way. I know we got Sanchi tomorrow, and I think we got Wheeler Wednesday, and then Painter on Thursday. So definitely feel pretty confident in that aspect. I'm gonna go the old famous 2 out of 3. I think we take 2 out of 3 from the A's. I want to be reasonable here. I say I gotta walk on eggshells here with this team right now, but hopefully going back home and they can kind of destroy those bad habits that happened at home so far this year. Like
the home crowd's itching for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I just hope that like they kind of just snap out of it a little bit because they've struggled so much there so far this year. So hopefully it's one of those bounce back home stands or whatever, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna go a good old 2 out of 3 against the A's. So
sounds good.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, other than that though, it was good to be back. Good to catch up a little bit. We apologize for just like I said, life stuff. Again, congratulations to you and Gabby. Very happy for you guys. That's awesome stuff. And listen, at least somebody around here is getting a ring because. Hasn't been this team. Just say it. I had to drop that. I'm sorry. I had to drop it, man. I had to. It's warranted, bro. It's warranted.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, am I wrong?
Oh Lord, no. That's hilarious. Oh
right.
man.
Well, listen. At least I'm not wrong. But anyway, though, but yeah, it's good to be back. Good to see this team finally get some confidence back, and let's keep climbing. Let's keep going, and yeah, got a lot of work to do, man.
Yeah,
got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, let's get to above 500. That'd be nice.
Exactly. But you got anything else though?
No, go Phils.
Go Phils. Go Flyers. Out of here. Peace.
Go Sixers.
Peace.